So I wanted to hop on here because I promised you guys that I would have something for you at the end of the day about a course that I took last year that changed my life completely. It was insane. And it was called the Multi-Orgasmic Man. Now, some of you guys, now listen, we all just know that like Sting is this guy that is a legend in tantric sex and multiple orgasms. And that's kind of all of us, that's about all we know. For those of you who have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, did you know that orgasm and ejaculation are actually two different processes and that they can be separated, and that men can learn to have multiple orgasms without ejaculating and last as long as they want with no refractory period? Did you know that? Because like the first time that I tried that, I always thought, oh yeah, I don't know what they're talking about, but it can't be as clearly of an orgasm as when you ejaculate. Well, it actually is every bit as good. And a lot of men don't know this, that you can separate the contractile from the ejaculatory and have multiple orgasms without ejaculating and just last as long as you want. Something we always heard that Sting could do, right? But we don't have tangible information about that. Well, Sid, you also know there's no reason for any of you guys to be dealing with premature ejaculation or erectile dysfunction. You shouldn't be worried about these kind of things. And I know that they're prevalent in a lot of younger people because a lot of people who are younger than me grew up with high-speed internet, and they're so connected to that dopamine high of like Pornhub and getting off, and have no idea when they get with a real live human being what to do. Their body doesn't even know how to respond to it because the neurons that wire together fire together, right? So they're used to having that association with pixels. So that's interesting that it's one of the things that we get a lot of people in the course that come to the table like that, you know? So who is Jonathan White, who creates it? Jonathan White has studied with the masters of Taoist sexuality, of Tantra, of yoga, of Qigong, and other healing modalities. Through his training, he talks a lot about how we grow up in this world where we're expending our energy, but we don't know how to regenerate that energy for ourselves. He also teaches a lot about the power of semen retention and the benefits of a lifestyle of semen retention, which, don't get me wrong, it's not about celibacy. It's like the art of mastering your sexual energy and transmuting this energy into all aspects of your life, basically becoming a multi-orgasmic man. He implements things like Qigong, yoga. There's a lot of breath work in the course. A lot of meditation. But Jonathan has helped thousands of men around the world just actualize a better, more realized sex life. So for me, the journey was like really personal because I kind of abused my sexuality growing up. You know, I had drugs and sex all the time. And so, you know, neurons that fire together, wire together. I couldn't pull myself out of that. So I think for me, a course like this was really important because I was able to begin to understand spirituality with sexuality. I think when you're doing a lot of the breath work in the class too, stuff comes up. You know, a lot of us are taught to to feel shameful about our sexuality. A lot of us are taught guilt from the church, from authority figures, from other people who didn't instill with us the kind of freedom and the pride that we need around our sexuality. So a lot of the breath work that he teaches was really, really good too. Really, really helpful.